In 2013, Apple's iOS 7 removed the sharp corners from every icon on your phone. A small change, cosmetic. Nobody held a funeral for the rectangle. But that was the beginning of a slow, quiet campaign to sand down every edge in your life. Your phone did it first, then your speaker, then your water bottle, then your furniture, then your office building, then your pharmacy. Now walk into a Glossier store, an Apple store, and a CVS, and you are looking at the same shelf, the same rounded forms, the same soft palette, the same promise. This will make you feel better. The only difference is what's inside the packaging, and the packaging is working very hard to convince you that difference doesn't matter. The pill shape is not new. Pharmaceutical companies have manufactured rounded capsules for over a century, and the psychological logic has always been deliberate. Research published in PLOS One found that the shape of a pill influences how people expect it to feel in the body. Angular forms feel activating, high energy. Rounded forms feel calming, soothing, safe. Shape is not decoration. Shape is a pre-verbal instruction set. It tells you what to feel before your conscious mind gets a vote. For most of the 20th century, consumer product design had no interest in borrowing that instruction set. The Braun era gave us rectilinear authority, objects that said, "I respect your intelligence." The Memphis Group gave us aggression and playfulness, design that antagonized the consumer. And the consumer paid for the privilege. Every major design movement before the digital era, from modernism to Memphis, assumed you wanted to feel something when you looked at an object. Even early Apple, the original Macintosh, the first iPod, chose sharp rectangles and hard planes. These objects assumed the user was an adult, someone who could handle a corner. The design vocabulary of the post-war era encoded a specific belief about the consumer. You are competent. You are rational. You can operate a machine that does not apologize for its geometry. When O-pill, the first over-the-counter birth control pill, launched in 2023, its packaging was deliberately designed with rounded, approachable forms to inspire trust and stand out in pharmacy aisles. The pill shape, selling itself as safe, is now literally selling pills. Welcome to the Threads of Culture, a show that unpacks design, branding, and the cultural forces shaping the global stage. Today, how one shape swallowed every product category on Earth, and what it says about a market that decided the highest compliment it could pay you is to treat you like you're unwell. Digital interfaces accelerated everything. When Google launched Material Design 3 in 2021, its primary button became a fully rounded pill. Apple's Dynamic Island, released in 2022, turned a hardware limitation into a pill-shaped interactive surface that breathes, expands, and contracts like a living organism on your screen. The pill became the default shape of how technology talks to you. And this was not arbitrary. Rounded corners require fewer saccadic fixation points, which means the eye processes them faster. In UX terms, soft shapes reduce friction. In cultural terms, they reduce confrontation. The functional optimization became an aesthetic ideology. And the aesthetic ideology became an export. The phone taught the water bottle how to look. The smart speaker market makes the migration undeniable. Amazon's first Echo in 2014 was a black cylinder, utilitarian, almost monolithic. By 2020, the Google Nest Mini was a fabric-wrapped disc, a flattened pill you could mistake for a meditation cushion. The Sonos Era 300 is an organic blob that looks like it was shaped by running water. These are surveillance microphones in your living room, designed to feel like river stones. The form is doing ideological work on a scale the Bauhaus could never have imagined. Trust me, I'm soft. The wellness industry, now valued at over $6 trillion globally, accelerated the merger. Glossier built a cosmetics empire on rounded tubes, pill-shaped packaging, and pink everything retail environments that collapsed the distance between skincare and therapy. One designer captured the overlap perfectly when describing a wellness brand's logo. The shape of a pill and the shape of a running track are the same. That's the whole idea. Pharmaceutical aesthetics and lifestyle branding are now visually indistinguishable, and that is not an accident. It is a business model. So what does it mean when every category converges on the same form? Not a trend, a system. A system in which the educated professional class, the demographic that drives premium product design, has encoded its own anxiety into the objects it buys. After 2016, political crises, a global pandemic, consumer brands panicked. Sharp edges meant confrontation. Confrontation meant risk. The market pivoted toward what you might call emotional padding. Objects, interfaces, and entire buildings designed to feel like they are giving you a hug. Apple Park is a circle with no beginning and no end. Google's Bayview campus curves like a hillside. These are the most powerful technology companies on Earth, and they house their power inside shapes that say, "We would never hurt you." And here is the part the design community suspects but rarely says aloud. Research informed by Bourdieu's frameworks on taste and class found that design style preferences correlate with education and income. Which means the universalization of soft design is not the market listening to consumers. It is the taste of one demographic being imposed as a universal default. The Awala Free Sip, with its rounded body and sippy cup spout, is an adult hydration product that is formally indistinguishable from an infant's bottle. Put them side by side. The visual rhyme is not subtle. The water bottle aisle and the baby product aisle now share a design language, and neither industry seems troubled by the overlap. And yet, the functional case for rounded forms is real. Pill shapes are easier to grip, more comfortable in pockets, structurally stronger, and cheaper to manufacture. Injection molding and CNC milling naturally want to make this shape when cost optimization is the priority. Consumers were A/B tested, and soft won. They chose this. Calling it infantilization risks the very paternalism the critique claims to oppose, telling people they are being manipulated by the shapes they actively prefer. There are also early fractures in the consensus. Brutalist web design is back. The Cybertruck, whatever else it is a deliberate rejection of every rounded surface on the road, and it became one of the most pre-ordered vehicles in automotive history before a single one shipped. The de-influencing movement is pushing against wellness aesthetics with something that looks a lot like fatigue. And the target is the category the pill shape conquered first. The $40 serum in the frosted glass rounded bottle that performs identically to a $6 drugstore alternative. The packaging is the argument, and the argument is starting to lose. The pill shape moment may be peaking, but even if it is, the peaking is the proof. The shape did not become universal because it was the best shape. It became universal because it was the least threatening shape, at the exact moment the market decided that reducing threat was worth more than communicating competence. So the next time you pick up an object and it feels inexplicably soothing, consider what that comfort is doing. Not to your hand, to your expectations. The original Macintosh had corners because it assumed you could handle them. The objects replacing it are smooth because they assume you cannot. Somewhere between the pharmacy aisle and the Apple Store, the market made a decision about who you are. And it chose the shape that asks the least of you. So here is what I want to know. Look around the room you are sitting in right now. Count the rounded objects. Now ask yourself, which of them earned that softness through function, and which are soft because someone decided you needed to be handled gently? I already know the answer. I just want to hear you say it. If this changed how you see the objects on your desk, it will change how someone else sees the ones on theirs. Share this one. Until next time, this has been the Threads of Culture.